Hi, welcome to my podcast. My name is Raquel, and today is Sunday, 24th of July. It's roughly 3:30 in the afternoon while I'm filming at the moment, and it's another scorcher of a day. We've been having really warm weather the whole week. It's been 30 plus degrees. We had a couple of days that was cooler weather, but this weekend it's been really warm weather again. And it's really hot here in my apartment, and I can't open the windows because of soot. He's feeling kind of sad and alone because my dogs are at my parents' place, and he stayed behind with me all by himself. So he's been behaving himself. He went to the vet on Friday, so he's had all his shots now. He doesn't have to have any shots until next year. He's wandering around down there, that's why I'm looking there. So yeah, he came back home and he slept the rest of the evening. I guess the injection affected him or something. So he's pretty good. I managed to do some knitting. Yesterday I left him alone for about 7 hours on his own. He behaved himself, not a problem. He had plenty of food, plenty of water, so plenty of toys to play with. And when I came home I played with him for a while, and yeah, he's been behaving himself today as well. So I thought I wouldn't have any finished objects to show you, but because I was doing some other stuff today and just before filming this podcast I did manage to finish something. So let's start with the finished objects. I didn't have very much knitting time this week. I've been staying late at the office, and due to the position of my computer I've been having a lot of headaches because I'm getting direct sunlight in. It's not quite direct sunlight, but I'm getting a lot of light into my eyes, and it's not the best position to be sitting in, but hopefully that'll change soon. So yeah, not too much knitting time. Sit's wanting to join me now. Come on, sit. No? Okay, maybe. So, finished objects. I have finished my pair of socks that I started in May. So yeah, 2 of them. These are the Broken Jack pattern by General Hogbuffer, and this was for Biscot Yarns. It was a free pattern for a short time only, and I managed to grab a copy of it at the time. It's now paid for pattern on Ravelry and on Biscot Yarns website. The yarns I used were, for the cuffs, the heels, and the toes, is Tiger sock yarn in like a fuchsia color. They don't have any lot numbers or color names, they just have batch numbers, and it's not a batch number per color. Some different colors can have the same batch name. Then the main color for the foot is RGO Design Line Erkenite Jazz color, and I believe it's the Flamenco Sketches colorway. And I have another pair of socks made in this yarn already, but I wanted to see the effect it would have in this pattern. I decided to just do the pattern for the Broken Jack on the leg part, not on the foot part. The foot I just did regular plain stockinettes. So yeah, finished pair. I just need to sew in all the ends still and block them, and then they'll go into my box of socks for the knit along hosted by Kristen from the Yarngasm podcast. Yeah, I can have a nice pair. Yeah, I believe I have 7, 8. I have 9 pairs made for so far this year of socks. So basically, I need to do another 3 to get to the limit, the minimum amount of socks for the cow. But I think I'm going to be making some more than 3 anyway. Okay, so that was it for finished objects, and now we'll go on to whips. I had planned on finishing this dress, but I didn't get around to it. I did manage to knit quite a bit on it. I'm at the point now where I have to do the ribbing at the bottom, and then it's just yeah, so it's just the ribbing and the cast off, and then I'm done. So last time I showed you, here it is, just to remind you, is this started with the split top by La Maison Lily, and then I just decided to create a dress out of it. So last time I showed you the dress, I was here where the stitch marker is, and I took it off the needles, put it on the waist yarn to see the length. Decided I needed just a little bit more length, so I added, what was it, 6 more rows of the brown before doing the 3 stripes, and then I've done, yesterday I did these 10 rows at my knit group get together, and I stopped because I need to count how many stitches I have on the needle. I lost track to see what kind of, see if the ribbing that I'm going to be doing, which is a 2x1 ribbing, if that's going to match up, or if I need to decrease a couple of stitches first. So yeah, I'm going to be working on that later this afternoon, and that's basically it for the knitting. I didn't do any spinning either. Tour de France is still going and should be finishing soon, so I'm hoping to at least finish what I was what I have on the bobbins, and then so is now on the table playing with something he shouldn't. So let me hide that. So it's, hey, let go. Sorry. There's a little cable attached to the computer and he's playing with that. Okay, so yeah, I have nothing else to show other than some yarn that I got yesterday from Ovelha Negra for the next knit salon, which is going to be starting on Wednesday, the 27th of July, and will run through to the 30th of September. It's going to be the a sweater, A Hint of Summer by Isabel Kramer. And initially I hadn't planned on joining, but yesterday I was in the shop and I decided why not. I mean, I'm not going to start straight away. I'm going to only start in September, and because I want to try to finish some of my whips still until the end of August. And I got some yarn, so I'll show you the yarn. I'm going to knit it again in Olivia by Ovelha Negra, and I'm going to be doing it in 3 colors. It's a really loose tee, and the pattern calls for, sorry, that was Sid walking over the laptop. He has no limitations, he just walks wherever he wants to walk. We're saying, yeah, the sweater calls for 25 centimeters positive ease around the bust area. Now, I don't mind a loose fitting sweater, but 25 centimeters is a bit much. Sorry about the noise, Soot is not playing with the paper bag, but the yarn came in. Here's a little rascal. He's weighing 1.5 kilos now. As of Friday, when he was at the vet, we got him weighed, and he's in perfect health. So, I was with one of the Joannas that works at the shop yesterday afternoon, and another friend of mine was there as well. She's also going to be knitting the sweater. She'd already picked out some colors, and we were determining which size we were going to be knitting. And I usually knit like a medium or a large, depending on the shape of the sweater. And we took out our measurements, and I'm going to be knitting the small, which is weird because I never knit the small, and that's still going to give me like a good 5 to 10 centimeters of positive ease, so that's more than enough for me anyway. So I'm going to show you the colors. I don't have the color names with me right now, but I will try put them up on the blog with the show notes. So my main color is going to be this blue, which is color number 79. 79. I think this might be Kingfisher, but I'm not sure. I'll put all the color names in the show notes. So it's going to be this blue. Okay, this is more the color. It's not quite, well, it's not quite as it's showing on the screen, but anyway. It's good. So this is going to be my main color, and then I'm going to use 2 other colors to stripe with. This is one of them. I think this color name is Geranium. It's number 80. And then this color. And this is totally not colors, this is totally a color I don't usually use. But I thought all 3 of these colors went really nice together. So let's see if I can hold up all 3 at the same time. So this is going to be my sweater. And I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to keep them all away from soot because he seems to really like the Olivia yarn. Like any yarn, really. Oh yes, there's a little mishap that happened with my socks, and I'll get to that in a second. I'm just going to put away the yarn so that he can't get to it. Okay, so I was knitting on my first sock. I was finished. Last time I showed you, I had the toes still to do. So I was almost finished with the toe. It was about here maybe, when suddenly I ran out of yarn. And I was, well, that's kind of weird. I mean, I still have a whole bowl of yarn, so how did I run out? Was there like maybe a knot in there that I didn't see? And then when I look down, I see soot happily chewing on the yarn. So he chewed through the yarn. And that meant I had to rip back the whole toe, because I wasn't going to add another piece of yarn to finish the toe and have extra ends to weave in. So rip back the yarn, the toe, and this is what I ripped back. And then yeah, but he's been every time he sees the yarn move, he tries to go for it. I'm constantly having to say no and taking the yarn out of his mouth. Now that's sock yarn, that's sturdier yarn than the Olivia yarn. The Olivia yarn breaks quite easily if you tug on it quite hard. And so whenever I'm knitting on the dress and he starts playing with the yarn, I really have to stop what I'm doing and gently take it out of his mouth. But he's learning to not play with the yarn. It's just going to take some time. And he's still a kitten. He's only, what, 11 weeks old? So it's going to take some time. He needs to learn. Like, see, he's now playing with the ball of the Olivia yarn that's here on the table, because he's decided to join me again. So, and he likes the laptop. Come here, sit. Come here. Go there. Good. Dirty eye. There you go. Go on. Nope. He wants to go play. No, you're going to stay here for now. You're misbehaving. So, yeah. He's been looking all over the apartment for the dogs, actually. He really wants to play with someone other than me. And then with his toys, I guess he wants the dogs to play with. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow when they come, when my dad drops them off, and he'll see them again. That should be quite a fun reunion for them. And yeah, so I have nothing else for you guys today. It's a super short episode. No photos to add in either. I haven't been taking photos either, so yeah, just I'm gonna go edit this really short episode, put it up, should be up shortly, and then see if I can do some more knitting on my dress, see if I can finish it today, so I can start on one of the other whips I need to finish, which is the dragon toy by Heidi Bears, or my blanket. And seeing as it's really hot at the moment, I think I'm gonna go with the blanket, with the toy, or I might pick up the hoodie shawl that I started knitting last week, and rip back what I did and start it again, because there really is a mistake in there. I don't have it here with me to show because it's over there on the table and I don't want to get up right now. But yeah, so I have those three basically to finish. I think that's everything on my needles actually. It's really not normal for me. I usually have a whole bunch more projects on the go. But I guess I've been more or less monogamous in my projects lately. So maybe it's because I've been knitting really large projects, and every now and then I just add in a small project to have something that is a lot quicker. So behave. Yeah, you can complain. Complain. Go on then. No? Complain. Yesterday he jumped from the dining room table onto my sideboard here. So I'm gonna have to remove everything that's on here because it's all breakable, and I know he doesn't mean to do any harm to anything, but I don't want him to get hurt, and I don't want any of the stuff to break either. So because it's quite rare and antique, so I'm gonna have to get a box and pack it all up, and yeah, and then he can jump on there, no problem. I think it's because there's a mirror in the back behind this blue plate. It's a mirror, and he can see himself in there. So I think that's the reason he wants to get on there, because I have a large mirror in the bedroom, and he usually sits and stares at himself in the mirror. It's quite funny. So things to do here in Portugal. If you're here this week in the north, in Porto, I suggest you go to Vila de Conde. There's a art fair going on. I'm going to try go sometime during this week if I can get off work early. I was going to go today, but it's way too hot. Even though it's like by the sea, it should be cooler there. I just really don't feel like getting out of the house at the moment. And next week I'll be at my parents' place, so I won't be able to go then. And I'm not quite sure when it finishes, but it's a really it's interesting. You can see all the local there's like people from all over the country. They come and show their wares, artists. This is where I bought my yarn. Well, 2 years ago, the one I showed off on the podcast last week, when I showed the little elephant toy that I made, and I showed the yarn that I was going to make another version of the elephant. That yarn is the local Portuguese yarn. I bought that 2 years ago at the art fair. And so yeah, you can buy yarn there, you can buy finished items there, you can buy woodwork, ceramics, a lot of ceramics. And one of the main things that they actually have people showing how to do it is the bilhos, which is kind of like it's lace, and it's from that area, I believe it's from the Vila de Conde area, and it's I've forgotten the name now, but it's similar to some other type of lace. It's all done with like pins and knotting and stuff like that. If I go there, maybe I can find some photos from last year, because I did go last year, and insert them at the end of the podcast. Otherwise, I'll try go to the fair sometime during this week or the week after, and I'll make sure to take some photos, and I can show you guys then. And I'm going to see if this guy is going to go fall asleep for a little bit, so I can do some more knitting. And edit the podcast. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Okay, I'm gonna let him go before he jumps off again. Be sure to, if you want to like the video, subscribe, join the podcast, join the group on Ravelry. If you have whips, come join the thread. I'm going to be posting some photos of my finished items, which I haven't done yet, or did I? I can't even remember. I've really been offline for this week, so I'm gonna catch up on some things. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.